Okay, so we're just looking at this toe board here, which is coming out, and it's going to come out from there all the way across, but we want to support it here. So what I'm going to do is where these two extensions we put on years ago for the other minis, we'll just cut them off, just coming off there and there. Then we can get this off because it's catching on the floor there a little bit, and we'll leave this toe board in until the new one comes in September, along with a few others. So Amir's put this, made this channel up for where the join in the roof is. You can see it's just tacked in place, which is all it needs. So when we turn it over the other way, we can fill in the welds slowly over a period of days, and then we can lead load it, and this will give us the support for the lead as well. So he's just nipping in the front here, the front windscreen, or the front strengthener, and that'll be the roofing. And you can see here that he's welded this heel board in the back, and then the next job we'll have to do once we turn it upside down is the sill here along and tack that on, but we'll turn it out the other way. But yeah, it's moving forward, and we need to fix that lower dash rail as well, don't we?
Yeah.
It's all a bit bent there.
Oh,
If you can see it there, it's a bit of a dent. So we'll get that done. And we need a few more extra items for it. As you can see, a bad foot. As you can see, obviously there's going to be a new rear valance on it, a rear bottom section which we'll buy. I've done this before on the beige mini, and a new floor where they normally go. So there's a repair piece that goes along here where all this is bent. We'll dolly that up, so we'll end up with 3 brand new pieces. So it'll be a new rear valance, the centre boot floor, and the rear bottom repair panel, and they come up to here kind of situation. And what I did before was I cut them straight, because it makes it easy. If you can avoid a bend, it's better. So I'll just cut them straight, and we'll put a complete new piece in, and that'll all be brand new. And as you can see, the subframe's in and it's sitting straight. It's all measured up. Mir's checked it all. There's no bolts in it, but we don't need it for just now. But it fits in right, and then we'll do all these repairs on the arches later. Most of it's gunk, to be honest. What is that? Some kind of, yeah. Anyway, we can repair all that once we've got the floor in place. We need to get the strength back in it now, and then we can work on the other bits afterwards. So we'll see what happens. But without breaking this clock, that's how it looks on the top of the subframe, which is good. But it lines up. That's the that's the big thing, you know. It all lines up correctly. The jig that we made was partially successful. This one is perfect on the front. This one on the back, they had to cut it and drop it down. Now that might be because the heel board was slightly different. I don't know, you know. But that seems to fit well there. So we'll see. Once we turn it upside down, back the right way, we can see where it sits and drops down. There's clamps here, so we've got to drill holes here and weld it, and then we're good. So you can see the bottom of the toe board's out there now, so it's all free. And then that's where the new one will go in all the way along. But if you look in the back, look how nice these companion bins are. They're so tight up against there, against the heel board. Really, really good fit. It's one of the best fits I've seen. And what we're going to do is we're going to flange the corners in each corner there, just to give it a bit of extra strength, which you shouldn't need. And then we'll get these 2 sides put in. And once we've got that, you can see where it's welded all the way across on that. And anywhere else it needs a touch up, we'll do that. That's not a big problem. This bin's a bit of a mess on this side, this companion bin, but because this is coming off, there's no problem. We've got a complete new quarter panel for it, so we can get in and repair that at the time. So once we've got that floor in, we can get rid of that bar then, can't we?
Yep.
The stiffening bar across the side, or not, whatever. It might be moving, it might flex out, we'll see. But yeah, and there's the here's the top, as I said. You can see the strip all the way along, and there's the top, and all we're going to do is lead load this. We'll just tack in so much at a time and then lead load, and it should look nice. Just finish it up. What's going on? Yeah, definitely getting there. So you can see better now where that piece is we put underneath it, so we can now weld down into that plus either side and stitch weld it all in. But it's really flush. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very flush. I think we're going to have no problems with that, and the lead should be quite minimal. But it will do it all the way along, so it'll be completely welded in along the side here, but all of it's good. And then, as I say, lead load it in. Okay, inside you can see we've taken the back support out, the front one's still in. The bolts are out of it, but it's just as a guide now. And you can see, maybe if I zoom in, you can see in the corners what we've done is weld, and then a gap, weld, gap, weld, gap, weld, gap, and all the way around. And that dark stuff you can see in it, that's Bronix. It's a rust encapsulator, or it stops rust. See on the seat tab there fits perfectly. Didn't have to do anything to that at all, so that tells us it's in line. And again, the same here. Let me just take this off my hand, sorry. And you can see we've put these brackets in the corner. Another one over there. And that's welded all the way along, as you can see again with the Bronix on top. But that's welded every a quarter of an inch, half a centimetre all the way across. Massive amount of welds in it. But these boxes, as I say, are really good. I'm quite impressed in how well they fitted. And yeah, once we won't take the rest of the toe board out until my friend Martin brings it over with him in September. He's going to support me at Red Bull Ring with the mini race car, the golf track car. And you can see where the lip goes anyway. But we'll take all that out once we've got the new one, and then it slides in and meets up the way it should do. So on this one that's coming, the toe board that's coming, it's got the magic wand front. So you know, normally the gear sticks here, but it had that option, but there's a cover over it, so you could turn it into a non-linkage gearbox if you wanted to. But yeah, it's coming on really well. As you can see, I mean the A-pillars, I mean that's just rough at the moment, but you can hardly see where the join is there. It is actually there. But yeah, so this side's pretty good. Looking at it now, I think what I'll do is put a half boot floor in it. I'll do 2 repair sections rather than the whole lot, because the centre's pretty good. I'll do 2 corner lower repair sections and the new valance, and obviously the bit here where the subframe goes on, there's a special thicker plate that goes on it, like a T-piece, so I'll get that as well. And we should be pretty much right. Yeah. And then once all that's done, we can get the wings lined up. The front, I've got a new front, new wings, new A-panels. We should be pretty much there. But pretty pleased with the way it's gone. So we'll just check that opening with a piece of glass, because it's easy to put it in. We won't put the securing rubber in, but we'll put a windscreen in it just to make sure it fits perfectly and there's no hassles, because that can be tricky if you change. It's bad enough if you change the scuttle panel, but if you change the roof line as well, you're kind of doubling up your chances of screwing it up. Anyway, that's where we are. Yeah, I reckon we'll have the main part of this done by the end of the week, and then shelve it until September, till I get the next lot of parts from the UK. But anyway, yeah, and I've got a few other projects to crack on with. So yeah, but I'll give you an update at the weekend to let you know how we're getting on.